everyone, my name is Heather and this is New Release Tuesday. Alright, so let's hop right into it. The first book we're going to talk about today is Steelheart by Brandon Sanderson. This is the first in a series called The Reckoners. 10 years ago, calamity struck. It burst in the sky and it gave ordinary people extraordinary powers. Those people who receive those extraordinary powers are called epics. Epics are no man to friend though. Nobody fights them except for the people called the Reckoners. And the Reckoners are a shadowy group of people who spend their life studying the epics, finding their weaknesses, and assassinating them. And David wants in. He wants to kill Steelheart, who is said to be the epic that is invincible. Steelheart killed David's father, and David will do everything to get his revenge. This book seems very action-packed. I've heard a lot of buzz about it, so I'm excited to check this one out. The next book we're going to talk about is Untold by Rees Brennan. It's the second book in the Lindborn legacy. I can't tell you much about this one because, as I said, it is a sequel to it, but here's what I know about the first one. Cami Glass has loved somebody all her life who she has never met. She's in love with a boy who has talked in her head ever since she was born. Her life was somewhat ordinary with her imaginary best friend, if you can believe it, until the Lindborns returned back to their old house. This series is all about imagination, fantasy, and mystery. The next book is In the Days of Death and Chocolate by Gabrielle Zevin. This is the third and final book, if I believe correctly, in the Birthright series, but I do know it is the third book in the series. This series takes place in 2083, and coffee and chocolate are illegal, and paper is hard to come by, and water is rationed. This series follows Anya, the daughter of the world's biggest crime boss who is now dead. A lot of things happen with Anya. Her ex is accidentally poisoned by the chocolate that her family's company manufactures. And now Anya is the center of this huge crime investigation, and all fingers are pointing to her, and craziness ensues. I've heard tons and tons of good things about this series. Man, a world without chocolate would not be a world I would want to live in. Let me tell you that right now. I don't think I would last one bit at all. Next book is The Fallout by S.A. Bodeen. This is the second book in the Compound series. Eli, along with all of his family, have lived underground for the past 6 years. They come accustomed to their life, safe from the world they know is probably gone. Eli starts to wonder if he'd rather take his chances outside of the compound. Eli's father built the compound to keep them safe, but are they really safe? The next book is Where the Stars Still Shine by Trish. Callie is stolen from her large and loving family by her mom. She has been on the run with her mom for more than 10 years. Callie has no clue what a normal life is like. She's never had a home, she's never went to school, and gotten most of her meals at the laundromat. Callie's mom is finally arrested for kidnapping her. Her real dad comes into the picture and takes her back home of what her life could have been if her mom had never kidnapped her. Callie then must learn what it's like to become a real part of a family. This book is filled with love and learning about who you are and family. It sounds really, really good, I gotta be honest. The next book is Find Me by Romily Bernard. Find Me are the words written in Tessa Wayne's diary. The diary that ends up with Wick Tate. What this catch is Tessa has just been found dead. Wick has amazing hacking skills to do the job, but she doesn't want to play this sick, twisted hide-and-seek game until her little sister becomes the next target. Wick is going to find this killer no matter what, because it just got real personal. Sounds super, super creepy and super good. Forgive me on this next author's name. The next book is The Paradox of Vertical Flight by Emil Ostrovski. I'm sorry, what can I say? I'm sorry. On the morning of Jack's 18th birthday, he is seriously considering suicide until his phone rings. It is his ex-girlfriend Jess who is called to let him know that she has just given birth to a boy and Jack is the father. Jess wants Jack to see his son before she gives him up for adoption. But when Jack kidnaps the baby, names him Socrates, and hits the road to his grandma's house along with his best friend and Jess. Along the way to grandma's house, Jack tells his son Socrates all about the Greek myths because really all stories have sprung from those stories. This book says to appeal to fans of John Green, Chris Crutcher, and Jay Asher, so definitely check it out if you like those authors. The next book is Inheritance by Malinda Lo. This is the second book in the adaptation series. This series is about a girl named Rees who cannot remember anything from the time of the accident until the day she woke up, which is about a month later. The only thing she knows is that she is very different now. The US is different as well. Flocks of birds have hurled themselves into airplanes, causing at least a dozen to crash. So the US grounds all flights and millions are left stranded. So definitely check out this second book to the series. if you've read the first one, or read the first one. The book is United We Spy by Ali Carter. This is the 6th book in the Gallagher, I can never say this, Gallagher? Is it Gallagher series? I apologize. This is a series about a girl named Cammy Morgan who attends the Gallagher Academy. Only it is not your typical academy. The school teaches you how to be a spy, with classes like chemical warfare and getting extra credit for cracking CIA codes. I would love to go to a spy school. I mean, who wouldn't want to learn how to crack CIA codes? I mean, really? The next book is Dare Me by Eric Devine. Ben and his friends decided to post a YouTube video of them surfing on top of a car. And after they do that, they instantly feel like they are somebody instead of the nobodies they have been all their entire life. Overnight, the video becomes a huge success, and when they walk into school the next day, that is all school has been talking about. Every dare they do increases the chance of bodily harm, but Ben cannot deny the thrill and swagger it comes to when doing all of these dares. Then a mysterious donor bankrolls their dares in exchange to get a cut of the online revenue that all of the videos generate. But at what point do risk and reward come at too high of a price? This one sounds amazing. Like, I want to read it right now. The next book is All the Truth That's in Me by Julie Berry. 4 years ago, Judith, along with her best friend, disappeared from the small town of Roswell Station. Then, 2 years ago, Judith returned. Now she's permanently mutilated, and people who were once her friends and her family ignore her completely. Judith is unable to speak, and she feels like a ghost living in her own town. When Roswell Station gets attacked, certain secrets come to light, and Judith is forced to choose: live silently or recover her voice, even if that means changing the world. Roswell mystery intriguing. Every time I think of Roswell, I think of the show Roswell, even though I've never watched it for some reason. But I've heard good things about it, so I definitely say if you like Roswell and mysterious stuff, definitely check out this book. Next book is Fractured by Teri. This is the 2nd book in the Slated series. This series is about a girl named Kyla whose memory has been erased and her personality wiped blank. She has been slated, and it's all about that and learning about it and things like that. I've heard immensely good things about this book. Vicious by V.E. Schwab, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. This book is a dark tale of mystery and desire. The desire for superpowers. Full of action and ambition, this is one villainous novel you will not want to miss. Our last book today is going to be Shadows by Robin McKinley. Maggie knows something is really weird and off about her mom's new husband's Val. He is from Old World, where they still use magic, whereas Maggie and her mom and Val live in New World, where magic is not allowed. The weird thing about Hal is that there is these huge, weird, jagged-like shadows following him around everywhere. Earth-shattering events happen which will force Maggie to depend on Val and these awful, horrible shadows and perhaps her own heritage. It's awesome, very fantasy-packed. You got a New World, an Old World, like magic versus science kind of going on, so it sounds awesome. That was all the books for New Release Tuesday, guys. There are a bunch of amazing ones coming out this week, aren't there? Like, a ton of them. Please let us know in the comments which YA New Release book you are looking most forward to getting your hands on. That's all for me. My name is Heather, and this has been New Release Tuesday. Now I need to go drink a big glass of water because I have been talking for entirely too long. I will see you all next Tuesday. Bye.